HitCheck, a cognitive assessment aid available for download as an app on iPhone and Android. HitCheck brings you fast, easy, personalized assessment aid to the sideline anywhere you play or practice. HitCheck is a proud supporter of the Typhus Safety Initiative. For more information about HitCheck, visit their website at hitcheck.com or by email at info@hitcheck.com. Game Day Films is a one-stop photography and filming shop for coaches, athletes, and families. From technology coaches need to teach their young athletes to the video parents will love to share, Game Day Films take care of it all. They love what they do and do what they love. Game Day Films is a proud partner of the Texas Youth Football and Cheer Association. Contact Game Day Films for booking and information at 713-430-6636 or by email at info@gamedayfilms.com. Shadowman Sports, their mission to create smarter sports environments through preventative design. They want players to train smarter, play longer, and perform better. Check out the Shadowman Pro, Shadowman Junior, the Shadow Block, Shadow Drive that I've got. Everything looks good and strong. My other computer's working. It's just Spreaker now. So we're live here. In fact, I'll just go ahead and just take that off, and we'll just stick right here on Facebook Live if we have to and wait for this to come up. And there it is. It just came back up. So if you're listening on the Typhus Radio broadcast, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us and waiting for it to finally kick back on, as it is now back on, doing what it's supposed to be doing. So final week of the regular season. Final week of the regular season is upon us. Now, I know there's some teams that actually still have some makeup games that need to be done. They still have makeup games. So how is that going to be handled? Very simply. These games must get in. They must get in this weekend. So there are probably going to be a number of makeup games that are going to be going on Sunday. And when I took a quick glance, I didn't see anybody who needed any more than one game to get back on track and get things finalized. You got to have 8 games on the books. Now, anybody who does not get those makeup games in, and I haven't heard of anything that says that they're not going to get in. But in the event they don't, well, then those games will go down as a tie. Now, whether that helps anybody or not, I don't know. Not real sure how that will help anybody. But it will go down as a tie. So a lot of dominoes need to come into place. And don't forget also Sunday night, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, I'm not sure the time yet. We'll post that on the Facebook and the Twitter pages as soon as possible, as soon as I know. But we will have the live Typhus Radio Playoff Reveal Show live from the War Room with the Texas Youth Football Association. We're going to have that information right away. The only teams that are going to get anything first before it comes out on Typhus Radio is going to be those bubble teams. Those bubble teams will be waiting, and they must be waiting until about 12 midnight, I believe, is the cutoff. That is going to be the cutoff to receive a call from your respective directors in your area, your chapter. Bubble teams are teams that are 500 or below. Now, they're considered bubble if you're right at 500. So you should have a record of 4-4 after it's all said and done. You will be a bubble team at that point. The only opportunity you're going to get into the playoffs is, number one, to round out the brackets. Number two, any teams that qualify for the playoffs, but for some odd reason, why I don't know why they would do this, is back out and decide not to compete. Which I'll go right now on record. Right now on record. Any team above 500 that qualifies for the playoffs and backs out for not going is ridiculous. I'm going to say it. I will say it. That is ridiculous. You spend all season long competing in the Texas Youth Football Association, one of the most competitive youth football leagues in the state, with an opportunity to play for a state title, for the state championship. And if you earn a spot in the playoffs and you back out, that's just mind-boggling to me. That's ridiculous. That's who I'm calling out tonight. Before it even happens, because I guarantee somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to do it. They're going to be the low seed. They're going to see who they're going to find out who they're going to have to play. And they say, well, I don't think so. Really? Are you kidding me? Really? I don't care if I'm the number 1 seed, I'm the number 16, I'm the number 29 seed. If I get a call and I'm in the playoffs, I'm taking my team to the playoffs. Win, lose, or draw, and I'm going there with an opportunity to possibly win. Because anything can happen any given Saturday. Any given Saturday, something can happen. And if you can't see that and you can't face that, then you shouldn't be in Taifa. That's it. I said it. If you can't hang with the big boys, then get out of the game. Because that's why you joined the Texas Youth Football Association, is to have that opportunity. And if you get the opportunity and you squander it and you say, no, thank you, then go find somewhere else to play where you don't have to worry about that. Forfeits this past weekend. I took a look at it. Actually, it was week 7, I believe, that I looked at. Let me look at this again. Let's make sure. Make sure I'm right here. I know overall this season, we have had 57 forfeits. I counted 57 forfeits. So we've had 12 forfeits this past weekend. Icon Raiders. What is going on with the Icon Raiders? Why are the Icon Raiders forfeiting? Hub City Bison, we already know what's happened with them. Sherryland Rattlers Juniors, forfeited. Southside Buccaneers Juniors, forfeited. Cedar Hill Longhorns Tykes, forfeited. Southside Buccaneers Flag, forfeited. Explain to me why. Explain to me why. Because I don't get that. You come into a league that is a competitive league. North Crowley Panthers Flag, Tykes team, forfeit. Someone telling me Texas Storm Tykes forfeited this week against somebody. That was probably a makeup game. That's why it's not on here. If you can't handle the fire, then get out of the pan. Go find a cooler pan somewhere. I mean, that is. I'm sorry. I find it ridiculous. If you're an organization, you've got your team put together. Quit forfeiting games. And and if you're having problems getting your kids to the games, wow, I think it's time to have a talk with the parents. I think it's time for a parent meeting. because they're putting out money to have their kid play this game. And if they can't even bother to get them to the game, something's got to change there. Something's got to change. I get people saying low numbers, but you showed up to certification with those numbers. You had those kids before. Something's got to change on that. And with us returning back to the original ages that Taifa had, the odd ages, I'm hoping that's gonna work. And I know we had this debate last week or a couple weeks ago, and probably not giving enough time. Well, how much more time do you need? Because I'm telling you, when you look at all of these forfeits, and it's not just the junior level, we're talking all different levels. There's an issue there. There's an issue because we didn't have this kind of problem until the even age group came about. So that changes there. So we've got a lot to cover here, as some forfeits may have caused some teams to actually make the playoffs. Could have done it. So let's get started. Let's start into Division II, and real quickly we'll take a look at the undefeated teams that are obviously in the playoffs right now. When I run those down, the Rio Hondo Bobcats at number 6, they are 6-0. They have two more games to win. Obviously, they're in the playoffs. These teams are in the playoffs, but wins and losses are important right now because it could mean seeding. It could change their seeding. So these undefeated teams, they take a loss here. It could change where they're placed in the seeding come Sunday night. So at number 6, it's the Rio Hondo Bobcats. At number 5, it's the North Crowley Panthers, who are 6-0. At number 4, these teams are all 7-0. At number 4 is the Texas Spartans. At number 3, the Atascosa County Aggies. At number 2, it's the Midland Horned Frogs. And at number 1 right now, it's the New Era Indians. So as it looks right now, your number 1 seed in Division II flag is going to be the New Era Indians. So when we scroll down here, we take a look. These are the teams that need one more win. They've got one more game this weekend. They need one more win. They are 4-3. With a win this weekend, they qualify for the playoffs. That's the West Texas Longhorns at number 16, the Edinburgh Raptors down to 17, Southeast Junior Hornets, the Irving Ballas. They are all at 4-3 right now in Division II flag, needing one more win. And they are in the playoffs. Now, Cedar Hill Longhorns are 3-3. So they have 2 more games. So they're going to be playing Saturday and Sunday. And as a reminder to all of you out there, ADs, presidents that are listening tonight, make sure that you get those scorecards, those scores reported into Taifa immediately. When your games are done at Saturday, the next thing you should be doing on your phone, because I know all of y'all got smartphones, the next thing you should be doing is reporting those scores to Taifa right then and there. Get them in, particularly if you're playing a makeup game on Sunday. As the last game ends, before anything else goes down, you, president of the organization you went up against, and the head referee should meet, get the scorecard corrected, make sure everything's good to go, and send those scores into Taifa immediately. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because I guarantee you, if we know that there's a game going on that should be over, and we're waiting on you, your phone's going to get blown up. You're going to get blown up. Because we need those scores to do what needs to be done in the war room. So trust me, if you haven't called in your scores, you ain't emailed your scores to Taifa, your phone's going to get blown up. Your email's going to get blown up. You're going to get text messaged to death.